Yeah, myself Hari Krishna, I'm the trainer. And today's session will be having a introduction to PEGA PRPC. So about what is PEGA PRPC and what is its purpose. Okay. We'll have a brief introduction to this. And from tomorrow we'll start the regular sessions. Okay, maybe if you some people may have some idea on this. Okay. So maybe and few people are totally new to this technology. Let's have a small introduction to PEGA PRPC tool. And once you join the session, you can mute your microphones. If you have any doubts after the session, one by one, I'll take the questions. Okay. So after the session is done, from each and every one, I'll take any questions if you have. Okay. So we'll have a introduction to this tool first of all. And if you have any questions in the end of this session, I'll take questions from each of them. Okay. Now, see, first of all, PEGA is one application use it to design any kind of web applications. Okay, it is not any programming language. Pega is just an application, or we can also call it as a tool which is used to design web applications. Okay, so it means which kind of web applications means any kind of web application it will support. So basically, what are the things we can do using Java technology? Same thing we can do using Pega also. Okay, but the difference is basically Java is a programming language. Java is basically a programming language, but Pega is not a programming language. Okay, so here Pega is not a programming language. Okay, first of all, Pega is not at all a language. It is just a application. Okay, Pega is just an application, and using this Pega application, we can design any kind of web applications. Okay, and one more thing is Pega is also called as a Java based application. Okay, Pega is also called as a Java based application. But no need to worry guys, anybody want to learn this Pega technology, no need to have any prerequisites. Okay, so but Pega is called as a Java based programming, sorry, Java based application. Pega is called as a Java based application. Why it is called as a Java based application means when the existence of Pega came around 1980s, like 1983, Pega is designed using Java developers. Okay, Pega application is designed by Java developers in the early stages. So at that time, so most of the design for this application is done using Java language only. So that's the reason Pega is called as a Java-based application. But in the early stages, Pega is not a application development tool. It's like a middleware tool in the early stages. It's a middleware tool. But later, so many like around 1996, so they started some modifications, and from them it is used as a application development tool. Okay, so started with 1x version. So now we are using 7 version. Okay, so 7 version is the current version. So right now, what are the features added in Pega? Okay, what are the latest features or options we have in this Pega application? 90% Pega is only used, and only 10% Java is used. For what? For addition, for the inbuilt features in the Pega application, I'm saying. But as a developer, no need to use any Java in the real time. Okay, so the Pega systems will be there, right? First of all, Pega systems, it is a product of Pega systems. Okay, so Pega systems will use some portion of Java for designing this Pega application, for adding the new features or some graphical thing and all. They will be using Java. But as a Pega developer, no need to worry about the Java programming. Okay, so as a Pega developer, we'll be only concentrating on the Pega portion only. Okay, so everything will be using the Pega concepts only. No need. No need to use any Java concepts at the time of designing applications. Okay, so it is called as a Java based application, but practically when you work on real time, no need to have any prerequisites to learn this PEGA application. Okay, so once again some new students joined again. Once again I'll tell you, PEGA is a BPM tool. Okay, I didn't discuss about BPM, I'll discuss now. And what is this PRPC also, I'll discuss now. Okay, so the thing is, in PEGA, what are the things we can do in Java? Same things we can do in PEGA also. But the thing is, the design process will be different. Okay, PEGA is not a programming language. It is just an application or a tool. But Java is totally a programming language. Okay, so there the procedure of developing applications will be different, and the way of designing applications will be different in PEGA PRPC. So in the early stages, PEGA is started as a middleware tool, and but later they did so many changes for that, and right now in the market it is used as a application development tool. Okay, so many maximum, if you see, most of the applications in the market, not Indian market, US market or US market, so 7 to 8 applications. If you take 10 applications, so 7 to 8 applications, the support applications are different applications: credit card application, finance sector, banking sector, healthcare sector. 7 to 8 applications are working on PEGA PRPC. Okay, so those are designed in PEGA PRPC. The backend features, so all those things are designed using PEGA PRPC only. Means you can see there is a lot of market is there for PEGA PRPC. Not only currently, in the future 10 to 15 years also, it will maintain the same standards. Okay? So because every time, every year by year, they will be adding new features and functionalities. It will support each and everything. So external applications or external databases, so other technologies, integrations. So everything will support by PEGA PRPC. But only thing is, so all the features are inbuilt in the PEGA only, or any access required will be given by the PEGA systems. Okay, so PEGA is this PEGA systems is the owner of PEGA, and any access to the servers or license. Okay, it is not a open source tool. First of all, PEGA is not a open source tool. So any license related things, any access to the servers, databases or external access, so at the time of development we'll be getting from the PEGA systems only. Okay, so this PEGA systems it is also started in 1983. Okay, by Alan Tefler. He is the founder of PEGA systems, and they don't have any other applications. PEGA is the only product they are having. Like in the PEGA only, they are having BPM applications, CRM applications. So where it is serving different sectors in the industry. Okay, so most of the applications, so it supports all kinds. Okay, any domain, any industry, any market, PEGA supports. Okay, so there is nothing like PEGA doesn't support this thing. So main purpose of PEGA here is to design web applications. Okay, and also so many support applications also will be working. Means maybe the technology Java uses, but we can integrate with PEGA, and the support applications can be done on PEGA also. So like that. So PEGA, in PEGA there is nothing like we cannot do this thing or that. Okay, it will support everything. So what are the things we can do in Java? Same thing we can do in PEGA also, but the way of designing and development will be different here. Okay. And coming to, it is a product of PEGA systems, and PEGA is not a open source tool. PEGA is not a open source tool. It is a licensed tool which is marketed by PEGA systems. Okay, it is a licensed tool which is marketed by PEGA systems. Okay, so generally the companies right now, what they're doing is, so small companies even taking some uh, like what we can say, they're taking some contract and they're developing projects in small companies also. From the big projects they're taking some contracts, because so if they are unable to deliver in time, so they are giving some subcontract to small companies also. Means the major license will be with the big companies, and even level 2 companies are also working on PEGA PRPC nowadays. So, okay, so many companies are using, and it will occupy the major market. that is Java market and other remaining market, CRM applications, what market we have. So all the market will be taken by PEGA only in the next 5 years. Okay, already it is very popular. So in the next 5 to 10 years, it will occupy the remaining market also. Means 80% of the products will be running on PEGA technology. Okay, so there is a lot of scope for PEGA professionals, not only now, in the future also, and it will be like it will not expire. Like after 5 years, the growth will not down. It will be higher only after each and every year. The growth will increase for PEGA professionals. And in detail, what is this PRPC and what is BPM? Okay, so PEGA is just a name. There is no full form for PEGA, and PRPC means. So first of all, PRPC full form is PEGA Rules Process Commander. See here, PEGA Rules Process Commander is nothing but some platform given for us developers, in order to design applications and deploy the applications. So PRPC is nothing but a platform name. Okay, or we can also call it as a portal given for us for designing and deploying the applications. Okay, and using this portal we can design. Okay, so what are the requirement we get from the client for designing and deploying the applications? PRPC is the platform given for the developers. Okay, and using this only, and inside this platform all the things are built in. Okay, so when you open the application, only one thing we have to install. Everything is integrated in that application. No need to install any additional softwares apart from PEGA PRPC. So everything is inbuilt in the application only. All the features means here no need to write any code. Already there will be built-in functionalities and templates will be there. So any design like UI design, data model, tables creation, so conditions, business logic. Okay, for each and everything there are some built-in templates are there. So we need to learn how to use these features in this application, and whenever you work on any project in the real time, the same features you'll implement in the real time projects also. Okay, so what are the features I use for designing an application? Same features you're going to use in the real time also. So the maybe it will be very easy only if you practice these things in. You can install this setup. PEGA you can install in your PCs or laptops, so you can start practicing also. Okay, so I'll share the software within. After your enrollment you'll get the software. So before that we'll see some introduction to this. So PRPC is nothing but a platform, and inside this, so totally drag and drop and point and click. So what are the design we are doing, right? So all the design will be like drag and drop, point and click, means all the features are built in the application, right? So just you have to use those features in the application. So like we'll be mostly applying this thing, drag and drop concepts and point and click will be there. Okay, so no need to create any new methods, no need to add any new logic here. All the options will be there, all the template will be there. We have to only select those options and just point and click and drag and drop. Okay, now, and okay, so PEGA rules again. So in this PEGA rules is nothing but like object oriented rules we used to call. Generally in Java, if you see, for designing purpose we'll be using object oriented libraries. Similarly in PEGA we will be using some concept called same. Okay, in Java it is called as libraries, but in PEGA it is called as object oriented rules. So those are nothing but some built-in options or built-in classes, free functionalities, okay, templates, controls, methods. So all those things internally, again PEGA tool contains again so many widgets will be there, so many internal tools will be there. So all these things are part of PEGA rules. Okay, and process command is some storage area. Some it's like a uh, where all these functionalities are processed inside the application. It is a process command is nothing but a inbuilt storage area. Okay, so combining these two variants, PEGA rules and process commander is called as PRPC. Okay, and We can also call these PEGA applications as BPM applications. So basically, BPM is not a PEGA thing. It is a variant. It's like a methodology thing. Okay, PEGA BPM is nothing but a business process management tool. Okay, and PEGA also uses this suite as part of PEGA software. Okay, so generally in the market there are so many BPM tools are there, and PEGA also comes under the BPM category. Okay, so what is this BPM means? First of all, full form is business process management. See, business process management purpose is how the business is conducted in the organizations, how the connections are created, how the work comes and how the work will be generated. So it is like something like a methodology used by every project, and PEGA also uses this BPM methodology. Okay, generally in the BPM, mostly they will be using Scrum kind of methodology they will be using. Okay, so it is part of PEGA software only. No need to have any knowledge separately on this BPM. Okay, it will be internal. BPM suite is internal software which is part of PEGA PRPC setup. So no need to have any knowledge separately on this BPM, but just I'll give some basic points on this. What is the advantages, what it will do in the backend. I'll give some information on this BPM. Okay, so you will be basically knowing what are the PEGA concepts like PRPC, what are the things we have in PRPC, what are the features we have in PRPC, and how to use those features in the application design. You'll be basically concentrating. Okay, and this BPM is a part of PEGA PRPC setup. Okay, so BPM is like it's a built-in suite which comes with a PEGA software. Okay, it is like a methodology how the business is organized in the applications. Okay, how the entire business process is managed. It is part of this BPM. Actually, in the market, so many BPM tools are there. So compare with the PEGA, BPM tool is one of the we can say it is one of the topmost tool in the current market. Okay, so even small middleware tools are also comes under BPM only, but PEGA is a along with the middleware functionality, it is also an application development tool. Okay, PEGA is also an application development tool. So, so using this application development tool, we can design any kind of web applications without writing any coding. Okay, so we can design any kind of web applications without writing any coding. So totally PEGA PRPC BPM is a total name for this application. Okay, so we can call it as a tool or we can also call it as a application. So what are the points, basic points I discussed? So these points I'll go through a small PPT in detail. Okay, so as I discussed, PEGA started in the year 1983. It started as a middleware tool and it went into the public in 1996, and later it started as a application development tool. And PEGA supports different sectors in the industry. For example, like mostly current market, healthcare, finance, insurance applications, banking applications will occupy the major market. Okay, so in remaining 50% we'll have in the remaining sectors like government sectors, government applications, healthcare. In the healthcare again, life sciences, third-party applications. Okay, so different sectors. In all the sectors, PEGA projects are designed. Okay, so right now these are all the different types of domains. Everything marketing, the marketing sector, okay, government sector, media sector. In all these domains, PEGA projects are developed. Okay, and in detail, PRPC. So it is a product. Okay, PEGA PRPC is a product which is a licensed product, not a freeware. It is a licensed product which is marketed by PEGA systems. Okay, and these PEGA systems, this BPM is a part of this PEGA PRPC setup. Okay, and PEGA rules process commander. So PEGA rules are nothing but some object-oriented rules, so which are inbuilt in the PEGA PRPC applications. Okay, so those are already designed and developed in the PEGA application. So directly we can reuse them in the application. Okay, and BPM is a some it is a business tool. So for processing the or what in order to manage the process in the organizations, we'll be using this BPM suite as part of this PEGA software. And in detail, what this PRPC will do in the backend means. So PRPC is a platform for building and deploying the applications. Okay, and what this platform internally do means it will automate the work and automates the programming. So there is nothing to do manual, no need to add any connections, no need to manually configure any databases or web services or integrations. All the features and all the widgets are inbuilt in the application. Directly we can reuse anytime if we want to connect to integrations, anytime if we want to connect to database, the process is very easy here. Okay, so in PRPC, in PEGA PRPC, the work will be automated and the programming is also automated. Okay, so it will automate the work and automates the programming. Nothing to do, like nothing to write any code or anything. So without writing any coding, we can develop enterprise applications in PEGA PRPC. And BPM is a methodology. So it will manage the workflows in the, it will manage the process and workflows in the organizations. Means generally everything is automated right here automatically. So the it will concentrate more on the remaining things, how the work is managed, how the internal connections are added, how the external connections are created. Everything will take care by this business process management. Okay. So according to one of the IT analysts, this PEGA BPM is one of the best BPM suite in the current market. Okay. And what this BPM business process will do means it will control how the business is connected, how the data and information flows in the organizations, and how the connections are managed between the people, between internal applications and between external applications. Okay, so all these things will be no need to do it anything manually. It will be automatically done by this business process. Okay, and some advantages if you compare with some traditional programming language like Java or anything. So some advantages of this BPM. In PEGA, the application development time is very fast. Okay, because there will not be any coding part. Okay, directly we can use the features and we can design applications. So compared to any other programming language, the development time will be fast and the cost of production is also very less here. And also apart from that, manpower is also required is less compared to other programming languages. Okay. And so many errors, so many advantages like that. So here the performance will be high, security will be high, and we can say like the business risk, the error redundancy. So the scope for errors in the application is also very less compared to Java. Very 90% the error redundancy will be very less here. Okay, so there is scope for errors, very few errors only you get in PEGA applications. Okay, so any errors if you have, you can debug them at the creation level itself. Okay, I'll tell you, maybe you can't understand by saying, without saying application you cannot come to conclusion. So here the error redundancy also very less. So like that, so many advantages are there. So using this BPM suite in the PEGA PRPC application. And again, this PEGA BPM applications contains different components. Okay, so what they will do means, so they will divide the entire application into different parts. So those in that only few things are mentioned here. In tomorrow's session you'll get all those, what are the different components we have in the application. In tomorrow's session you'll get in detail. So some of the components mentioned, the main components like user interface, data model, business process, okay, integrations, reports. Okay, so not only this, we'll have so many things like admin thing, security. Okay, we have something like decision, where conditions, technical, business logic. So many things will be there. Okay, they, for the developers also, anything if you want to design or work, you can directly go to that component and you can create the things in the application. Okay, so like that the task will be very simple. So whenever any developer want to work on PEGA applications, it will be very easy compared with other programming languages. No need to put any much brain, no need to write any separate logic additionally. If you know the entire functionality, so which option is where and when to use those options in this application, you can easily work on any PEGA applications. Okay, and why we have to go with PEGA means, so basically PEGA is a Java based application which is built on Java. Okay, PEGA product is itself is built on Java and produces Java code behind the scenes. Okay, so we can see the source code. Okay, what are the, without, even though directly we will not use Java, but in the backend we can generate the source code. Okay, and we can view the source code. We cannot modify that. Just it will automatically generate the source code in the backend. Okay, that one I'll show you in the application. And the PEGA goal is to eliminate the coding and automate the work to the minimum and build complex applications. Okay, at enterprise level. And these are the main purpose. So there is the reason PEGA is more successful in the industry right now in the market, and it is one of the best tool in the current market. Okay, if you see the IT rankings also, if you not only in BPM sector, if you compare with any other technology in the market, PEGA stands in the top position. Okay, so every year it will be stands in the first or second position. So like that, PEGA is one of the most advanced tool in the current market. So like that, PEGA is also called as a build for change technology. Okay, so first of all, PEGA caption is build for change. That is a caption for PEGA PRPC. And same thing, so here the advantages means, we can say here the development time is very less, means we can complete the application time, development time in very less time. For example, in Java, same project if you develop in Java, it will take 2 years time, means same thing if you do in PEGA, we can complete within 1 year. Okay, so like that, the development time will be very less, so it will be benefit both for the organization and the clients also. And here there will be complete platform will be given, so no need to create a new additional thing. So there will be complete platform, using that we can work on that. So building a smarter way, working with different people and build responsive applications and integrate with different applications, and there will be so many forums and communities will be there. So any doubts or any issues, and there will be 24 by 7 support team will be there from PEGA systems. Any issues if we have, if we post them, you'll get a reply. Okay, so like that, so as a developer, the task will be very easy in the PEGA applications. Okay, in the market, there are so many BPM tools are there. Some few I listed here. So like Oracle, Lombardy, Microsoft also contains one major BPM tool. And IBM contains some small tools. IBM contains some 50 to 100 tools are there. Those are only middleware tools. Even those also comes under BPM category only. TIBCO is a middleware tool. COD is, I mean, Case, Appium. So like that, if you compare all these things with PEGA, PEGA is far better than all these tools in the current market. Okay, so PEGA will have some additional features and it will support all the external applications, and okay, it can integrate with any kind of application in the real time. So PEGA, if you compare, PEGA stands far better than these technologies. And coming to the basic architecture for it, setup in the PEGA and working in the PEGA. So basic, it will support any Windows, Linux or Unix operating systems. But maximum in the real time, you'll be using 100% in all the companies, they'll be using Windows platform only. Okay. And coming to database and server access, PEGA supports all databases and application servers in the market. Okay. PEGA will support all databases and application servers in the market, and this access will be given directly from the PEGA systems only. Okay, suppose if any company is working on one project, and according to the client requirement, they require one database and one application server is required. Okay, and for example, they require SQL database and B and WebLogic server. Okay, and this access will be given by the PEGA systems only. No need to again separately get the third-party database and web server. Any database access or application server access will be given by the PEGA systems only. Okay, so no need to again configure database or server separately. So it is a package which comes with the PEGA system setup. Okay, when the license they have taken, so for any project, so client will mention in this database and server. Okay, or according to the requirement, so they'll suggest the business people suggest some database and server. So according to the client requirement, So this license, when they take the license for the project development, so this database and access will be, server access will be given from the PEGA system server only. Okay, and along with that, it will install a Java also in the backend. Along with PEGA application, Java is a built-in package along with the database and server. Java software also will automatically install as a part of package. So, so these three things along based on this OS, it will install database, this application server, and Java also get installed in the backend. And depend upon the requirement, if requires any PEGA frameworks, so they can install, means they can additionally load those frameworks in the application and we can reuse in the application. So regarding the frameworks, maximum in any PEGA applications they will develop from scratch only. I'll tell you what is this framework and what is the different layers in the application. I'll tell you. Okay. So like this, so this is the basic architecture required for developing an application in PEGA PRPC. Okay. So PEGA supports all databases and application servers in the market. And same thing, so PEGA support different industry solutions. So again, same things are listed in this. So like insurance, healthcare, finance, manufacturing, marketing, public sector, life sciences, government, communication. So on all these industries, PEGA projects can be developed. And compared to the previous version, 6 is the previous version that is expired, means that license is cancelled in 2014 only, and in 7 we have 7.1 is there, and 7.2 is the latest version. Okay, so right now 7.2 is the latest version and training will be given on 7.2, and there is no much difference in 7 versions. Maximum 5% will be there if you compare 7.1 and 7.2. 5% difference will be there. Okay, and compare with 6 and 7 version, some 10% difference will be there. So mostly concept wise there is no change. The look and feel of the tool will be different. Okay, so the look and feel of the tool and few additional options are added in 7 version. Okay, so apart from that, any version, not only 6 or 7, in any version the concept will remain same. Okay, 90%, what are the options or what are the things we are using in any application for designing the applications. So these concepts will never change in any version. Maybe the look and feel of the tool may change. Okay, the options placement may change. Okay, one or two settings may change, but actual concept, the procedure of the particular thing in this application will never change. Okay, so in the coming sessions I'll be giving some differences between 6 and 7 and 7.1 and 7.2 version differences also. I'll show you. Okay, so right now, when we start the project from tomorrow, so when we start the sessions from practical sessions from tomorrow, directly we'll be working on 7.2 version. Okay, then so these options, when I start the sessions, one by one you'll get. So even though if I discuss these things also, you cannot understand now. So when I tell when I get these options in the application, I'll be covering these things. Okay, so as of now, so these are not required. So some features are added in 7 version compared with the previous version. So what are the things added comparing the previous versions and current version? So when I get an example regarding this, I'll cover all these options. Okay, so coming to the versions, so these are the previous versions, and from starting with 1x version, we have so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are all the versions we have in PEGA PRPC. And coming to the setup installation requirements, you can install this PEGA setup in any operating system, but basically maybe everyone will have Windows. On Windows any platform, whether you are using Windows 7, 8 or 10, on any Windows platform we can install this setup, and make sure you are having 64-bit operating system. Okay, okay, actually PEGA software mainly will get 64-bit OS, so it will support 64-bit operating system. RAM, minimum RAM size 4 GB, and free disk space is 10 GB is the minimum space in any drive. 10 GB space is required. Okay, So these are the basic system requirements for a configuring this PEGA PRPC setup. Okay, and some basic points I'll tell you regarding this application. So see, PEGA applications will have two editions will be there. Okay, when you work on the real time, PEGA contains two editions. PEGA software contains two editions. So one is called as personal edition, another one is called as enterprise edition. See, the difference is the options inside the tool are same in any edition. See, if you want to install the setup in your systems and if you work on the application means, here also you can develop a full-fledged application, but it will be, you will be getting the personal edition software, and when you work on the real-time applications, you will be getting the access to enterprise edition software. But when you open the application and if you see the options will be same in any edition, but only difference is, I told you, you'll get any database access or server access required in the real time, you'll be getting that access from the PEGA system server, right? So in the enterprise edition, you can depend upon the project requirement. Your installation is not your requirement. It is not your task. When you are into the project, directly they'll give some operator ID to log in. That is some user ID they'll give, and you can directly open the application. At the time, all the setup will be configured. Okay, so no need to. You will not directly involve in the setup process and all. So directly you'll get the user ID to log into application, like single sign-on process or LDAP login will be there. So each company will have a different kind of login options. So directly you'll be connected to the server. Okay. So directly you will connect to the server and you can open the application. So but in personal edition, okay, in personal edition, this what we are going to get is they will provide one default database and default server they will provide. Okay, so but in the real time in enterprise edition, depend upon the client requirement, they can choose any database and any server depend upon the client requirement from the PEGA systems. But in the personal edition, along with the personal edition setup, they'll give one default database and server automatically. So when you start this application, these things will be internal to the application. Okay, so but in enterprise edition, depend upon the requirement, we can select any database and any server. That is the only difference, but the working process will be same. Maybe in the real time, if you use any other database or any other server, so the working procedure is same, so there will not be any change. So that is the only difference. So in personal edition, what is the default database you will be getting is database is PostgreSQL. Database you will be getting is PostgreSQL, and coming to the server, application server, you will get default server as Tomcat. Tomcat you are getting as a default server. And this personal edition, if you want to open the application and if you want to work on application, no need to connect to any external server. Okay, no need to connect to any external server. So directly you will be logging to application by starting intranet server. Okay, here you will be directly starting the server as a intranet server. Internet server means, so whenever you want to work on application, you will start the internet server. Okay, here server is Tomcat, right? You will start this server. Then once server is started, you can open application and work on application. Then once the task is finished, you can close the application. Okay, that is login and shutdown from the application. Okay, so now I'll show you how to log in, but in a real time it will be always connected to the PEGA server. Okay, so but here no need to have any external server access is not required in the personal edition. Directly they'll give internet server access, intranet server access. Then we can log into application and we can work on the application and we can close the application. Same features you will have here also, but only thing is no need to connect to PEGA systems server, external server no need to connect. But in the real time means you'll be connecting to PEGA systems external server. So from there you'll be getting the database access and server access. So that is the only difference, but inside the application, the working procedure is same. Whether it is a personal edition or enterprise edition, the procedure will be same in any edition. So now I'm going to show you how to start the server, means how to open the application. I'll show you. See, when the installation is done, right, in the desktop installation process and all, in tomorrow's session I'll cover what is the procedure for installation. See, this installation setup and all I'll cover in tomorrow's session. And after the installation is done, generally it will create three icons in the desktop. Okay, it will create three icons in the desktop as part of setup. One is called as startup icon, then another one is login icon and shutdown icon. So these three icons get installed in the desktop. Just generally it will be created in the desktop. So these are the icons for 7.2. These are icons for 7.1 version. So I'm going to use 7.2 version. So start the server 7.2. Startup. It will open some command prompts and it will take 1 minute time to start the entire server and process. Okay, it will, along with this server, database also will load directly. So the database is internal to application only here. Okay, no need to again manually set up the database. Database is also part of this PEGA application only. So when server is started, once the server is loaded, all the things will load. So all the features, and automatically database also will load in the backend. Okay, it will give this command prompts and it will load all these things, and it will throw one message that server is started in milliseconds. Then we can click on login icon. Okay, it will take few minutes. Few minutes means I mean few seconds. And this PEGA applications we can open in browser. Okay, so it will support all the browsers current versions from 7 version. PEGA applications we can open in. I mean to say, see, end user once the end user is using the application, it will support all the browsers. Here I'm talking about the PEGA application. For us, we developers will be using the PEGA application, right, for designing. So this application generally till 6 version means it will support only 6. IE browser only it will support till 6 version. That is Internet Explorer. But from 7 version it is supporting all the browsers. Okay, from 7 version it supports all the browsers. Okay, you can use any browser now. So mostly in the company's recommended browser is IE. Okay, it will support all the style sheets, HTML5. So generally you can open anything in that IE browser, okay, related to PEGA application, any feature, any wizard or any tool if you want to open, it will open perfectly in IE browser. Okay, so if you want you can open in IE browser, or if you want to use any other browser also, it will support. So once the server is finished, once the server is loaded successfully, then we need to click on a login icon. Here there is a login icon. Even though still the server is running in the backend. So if you click on login icon, once the server is started, automatically application will open. Okay, here in my system, IE is set as a default browser. So application will open in IE browser. So suppose if you set any browser as default one, it will open the application in that browser. Okay. So this is nothing but a PRPC. Okay. So PEGA PRPC we used to call. So wait for few seconds. Okay, server is successfully started. Now it will give the options. PEGA home page will, means PEGA login page will open. So already we clicked on the login icon, right? So login page is open. Now you can minimize that command prompt. Don't close that one. Minimize that. It will ask you to enter user ID and password. Okay. See, PEGA will have some default ID and password, because when you log in to the application for the first time, compulsory there will be some default ID and password, right? Then after logging to the default application, then we can create our own project. We can start building a setup for the new project. Okay, so that one we can add from the default ID. Okay, so if you want to start a new project means we can start it from the default user ID and password. So first log into application using the default ID and password, that is for any version if you are using, the default ID and password is administrator @pega.com and password is INSTALL. All password all small letters, and in the ID A will be capital letter. A you can do capital letter, the remaining small letters or all small letters also you can enter. But password compulsory, all are small letters. So this is the default ID, that is administrator @pega.com, and install is the password. So when you log into application, you can see nothing but PEGA PRPC portal, and we can also call it as PEGA Designer Studio. Okay, so when you log into application, right, the default thing you can see is nothing but we used to call as PEGA Designer Studio, or we can also call it as PEGA PRPC platform. Okay, so we can call it as PEGA Designer Studio, or we can also call it as a PEGA PRPC platform. So this is the home page you'll get, and this home page, this PEGA Designer Studio is divided into different panels. Okay, so give me 1 second. So this entire thing, when you log into application, right, it is nothing but PEGA Designer Studio, or we can also call as PRPC platform, or we can also call it as PEGA portal, just a portal we can call. Okay, and right now, what are the portal we are logging? See, generally PEGA application contains 3 different portals. Okay, so PEGA applications contains 3 portals. So right now we can call it as admin portal or developer portal. Okay, so what are the login we use here? We can call it as a admin or developer portal. Apart from this, you will have manager portal and user portal. Okay, so in tomorrow's session or after tomorrow's session you will get those options. Okay, so like this, by default when you work on any application, right, you'll be working under the developer or admin portal. Okay, and we can also call it as PEGA Designer Studio or PRPC platform. Okay, so these are the options. This is the home page, and these are the different explorers we have. In the header option, you'll have so many menu bars will be there. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, I'm going to explain about each and every option. What is the purpose of each and every option? Okay, and what are all these explorers? Purpose of these explorers? What are the toolbars we have? What is their purpose? Okay, so I'll give a basic description tomorrow. Then from day after tomorrow we can work on the application. Okay, so because all these terms and totally tooling will be new to you, right? So tomorrow I'll give a basic description and basic idea about each and every option. So what will be there in this particular option? What is its purpose? So what is the purpose of this option? Like that, in the header, explorer, and footer, what are all the different things we have? We'll have a small overview on that. Okay, then we can start the design. Okay, so we have, but we cannot uh, design the rules inside this default ID. We have to create our own application setup. Okay, for the new project we need to create a new application setup. So that one we can create from the default ID only. So from this option we can create any new application. If you want to start from this option, we used to start. Okay, maybe in tomorrow, day after tomorrow's session, you'll get this option, how to generate a new application in the default ID. Okay, so because in the default ID we cannot add a new, means directly we cannot design the new project, so we have to create a separate configuration setup for that. In the real time it will be done by the business analyst, but in the personal edition we have to do by ourselves. So but in the real time it will be done by the business analyst or some lead architect will do. But in the personal edition, this application setup we have to do by ourselves only, and some basic idea also you must have on that, so it will be helpful for you, because some certification questions, one or two questions you will get in the application setup configuration also you'll get. So compulsory you must have some knowledge on that, though you will not use in the real time that option. You have to you must have some basic knowledge on that. Okay. So, and in this PEGA application I'll be covering all the concepts. So what are the concepts we have? So from scratch, okay, till integrations. So all the rules generally in PEGA, everything is called as a rule in PEGA. Okay, so all the rules will be covering. So what are the main rules, what are the rules we are using in the real time for any project? So all the rules will be covered in detail with a practical example. So I'll take one project and I'm going to apply all the rules in that project. Okay, so like that each and every option we are going to implement in this application by taking one sample project, and I will implement all the rules by taking a real-time scenario. Okay, maximum all the sessions will be practical sessions only, one or two sessions will be theoretical. So most of the all the sessions will be practical sessions only. Okay, so you will be getting the software, you will be getting the recordings of all these sessions, so most of the recordings, and you'll be getting the material so for preparation. So generally in the PEGA application only you'll have the detailed material will be there, and additionally from my side also you'll get the detail topic wise, day wise. On topic wise I'll share the detailed notes. Okay, so like that you can prepare. From day after tomorrow you can start the preparation also. So you'll get the software to install, you can practice the same thing first of all, and I'll give some small tasks and assignments, you can practice those things also. So basic, these practicals will be more than enough. What are the practicals I cover, and if you do the same thing, if you cover those things, these are more than enough for any person. If you keep up to 5 years or 6 years experience on PEGA also, you can easily manage in the real time. So generally PEGA professional doesn't need any support also when you work in the real time. And if you gone through the PEGA training, so you don't need any support in the real time, you can work by yourselves only, because same tool will be there, same options you will implement in the real time. So maximum you no need to have any support, job support is not required, and even certification also you can clear after the training. Interview maximum documents or concepts will be covered, interview questions will be given with answers. So most of the things, if you prepare the documents, if you follow all these sessions, okay, you can clear certification and interview by yourself. So like that maximum the things will be covered in the sessions, so which are required as a CSA CWSA level. Generally PEGA contains some certifications, right? A basic certification is CSA certification, which contains only fundamentals. So even these practicals are also not required. CSA certification is nothing but certified system architect, which contains some basic fundamentals. Okay, one second. So we have something called CSA certification, which contains basics fundamentals will be there. So after the training, what are the notes I have given? If you prepare that notes, you can easily clear the CSA. And the next level is CSSA. So that is certified system architect. That is nothing but here both are for developers only. See, generally recruitment will happen for PEGA, it will be taken for the developer position only. Okay, so all the roles for you will be that all of your roles will be nothing but a developer. Okay, so developer like um, developer and senior developer, we can also call a system architect or senior system architect. Okay, so they will not take anything separately like administrator separately will not be there. Only role will be PEGA developer. Okay, your role will be PEGA developer. So like we can also call them as system architect or senior system architect. Okay, and these certifications will be there, and with this training you can clear both these certifications, CSA CSSA. And okay, CSA contains only theoretical questions and very fundamental questions, and CSSA some advanced theoretical questions, some practical scenario based questions will be there. Okay, so if you follow all the sessions, you can complete the CSSA also. So these two certifications you can clear, And in this training, most of the business analyst part also will be covered. Most concepts related to more than 50 to 80% concepts related to the business analyst also will be covered. Okay, if anybody come from any business analyst background, there is a certification called CBA. You can directly, without any CSA certification, you can directly write the CBA certification. Okay, if anybody is from any business analyst background also, this training will helpful for a business analyst role. Okay, if you have any high experience, so this training will be helpful. Basic, not the in-depth part will not be covered regarding the BA. Some basic things will be covered regarding the business analyst. So anybody is from, actually the thing is, there will not be more jobs on BA for PEGA. Most of the jobs will be taken internally only. Okay, so any business analyst jobs, if anybody interested within the company only, mostly they will take. So you cannot expect any requirement for business analyst separately in PEGA. Maybe one or two companies are taking in the US or India, but mostly any recruitment will be for the CSA and CWSA. So no need to worry about this BA. It is internal thing. Most of the jobs are internal to the PEGA company only. So you have to apply for the CSA and CWSA role. Okay, if we have minimum up to 3 years experience means you can go with CSA. If you have more than 3 years and if you want to keep like 5 or 6 years experience means you can keep this CWSA also. In a resume you can keep the CWSA also. You are a CWSA certified. Okay, so basic for anyone, even with 1 year experience, if you want to go also, they will ask for CSA exam. Okay, so that one after the training you can do by your own, or else if you need any support also you can. Okay, you will be getting outside, you can clear that. Okay, so it's very simple exam, very basic exam. Exam cost will be $150. Okay, so anyone can clear that one. It's a very basic exam, very basic fundamentals will be there. Even no need to attend the training also. If you prepare the basic material, you can clear that CSA exam. Okay, so and from my side you'll be getting the training will be like 4 to 5 weeks will happen, like 30 hours training, and daily timing is same. So the same time from tomorrow regular sessions will continue. The timing is same timing, that is for IST students it is 7:30 a.m. IST, and for EST students I think 9 p.m. EST. Is it right? 9 p.m. or 8:30 p.m.?
It's 9 p.m.
Okay, yeah, 9 p.m. EST. Okay, so that training will be from Monday to Saturday. That is in IST time I'm saying, Monday to Saturday. For EST it will be Sunday to Friday. It will be. So sometimes if there is any work, maybe on Saturday I may not take. So like that. So 5 to 6 days a week sessions will be there. So timing will be same timing daily. And what else, you'll be getting the most of the recordings you'll be getting the documents from my side, all the required materials, and you'll be getting the certification information material, interview questions, resume preparation will be there. Okay, we'll be giving the projects, you'll be getting the projects from my side. And if you need any marketing support, okay, so any job support, interview support, anything if you need, you'll be getting from my side. Okay, so trainings will continue from tomorrow regular session. For tomorrow meeting link is same. After maybe if there is any change in the meeting link I'll update. Okay, so meeting link is same for tomorrow and after tomorrow, and if there is any change one day before I'll update you. Okay, now if we have any questions you can ask me, guys.
If I miss any class or anything like on certain days, like
Yeah,
due to
you'll,
some reason, like do I
yeah,
get like
you'll get the
hello?
recording. You'll get the recording for that. If you miss any session also you'll get the recording.
Oh, oh, okay, that will be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So others any questions? Sivalika, Sansha, Hari, Arun, Venu. Archana. Others I don't see few names. If you Okay, can you just confirm your name? Anybody? Waiting for name I'm getting. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, you can ask me, guys. Okay. If you have any questions regarding this training and all, course content I'll share it today in the mail. I'll share the today's recording I'll share, and along with that I'll share the course content once again. Not only those, internally so many topics will be there. In the course content I'll highlight the main points. Internally part of that so many topics will be there. So all the topics will be covered. Okay. So any questions if you have, you can ask me.
Are you going to give us the whole curriculum, like, you know?
Yeah, I'll give.
Like what topics we're going to cover?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to share it today. In today's mail, I'll share this recording. I'll share along with the recording. I'll share a basic introduction notes and all. I'll share the curriculum also. Okay. So any questions, you can send an email to me. That is, if you have any personal questions or anything, my email ID pegabpm7@gmail.com. Okay. If you have any questions or doubts, you can send an email to me.